Welcome to the Canadagraphs Top 50 Spoilers. This is Part 2, numbers 11 through 30. I've compiled a list of the top 50 spoilers that I have broken over the years based on input from you, the fans, over Twitter and YouTube, looking at analytics from my site and views on YouTube, as well as my own input to make a list of the top 50 spoilers. They have been ranked from 1 through 50 with a few honorable mentions. As I stated, this is part 2 of the list. If you want to see numbers 31 through 50 and the honorable mentions, the link can be found in the description down below. Now, let's get on to numbers 30 through to 11. Number 30, The Killing, Season 4, Episode 6. Finale scenes, including an unused kiss scene. By the time The Killing series finale was being filmed, the show had gone through 2 cancellations. The most passionate of fans were checking in on every detail that came out about the last season. When I caught them filming the very last day, and as it turned out, the very last scene, every member of the fandom was shocked by what happened on set, even though they never used the kiss scene itself. Number 29, Legends of Tomorrow, Season 4, Episode 8, Crisis on Earth X, Martin Stein dies. This location had multiple notable spoilers. Another will come up in a later video in this series, but this specific one was Arrowverse members saying their goodbyes to each other after a funeral for Martin Stein. All 4 shows were featured in the set with Arrow stars Stephen Amell and Emily Bett Rickards, The Flash stars Grant Gustin and Candice Patton, Supergirl stars Melissa Benoist and Kyler Lee, and Legends of Tomorrow stars Katie Lotz and Dominic Purcell. Number 28, Fringe, Season 5, Episodes 1 and 13, Young Etta. This is a unique spoiler because I didn't know that the spoiler I was seeing would also be used for the finale episode. When we were at the set, we just assumed it was for the season premiere and not for both the premiere and the finale. The scene showed Peter Bishop and Olivia Dunham together enjoying their life with their young daughter Etta. This was the first time we saw Etta on set as a child. Number 27, Supernatural, Season 14, Episode 20, God Returns. When I caught up to this set, it had been a while since I had caught up to the Supernatural cast and crew. Well, seeing Sam and Dean there together for that set was good, and seeing Castiel there was good too. The character that got everyone's attention, who Castiel did a scene with, Rob Benedict, was back filling his role as God. Number 26, The Flash, Season 4, Episode 16, Iris West is a speedster. This is a very cold, windy, and rainy day. The only reason I went to set was I was handed the info that Candice Patton was going to be in a speedster outfit. Without that tip, I probably would have passed on this because of the weather. Little did I know I missed another spoiler on that set, as Where's My Money guy was also there on that day. Number 25, The Flash, Season 3, Episode 23, The Funeral for H.R. Wells. This set was an interesting one because at the time it was unknown who was dead. Well, I knew it was hard to confirm it due to the location being deep inside an actual graveyard. With Tom Cavanaugh on set looking like his Harry Wells version, a few people pieced it together. This was going to be the funeral for H.R. Wells. Number 24, iZombie, Season 1, Episode 13, Major Blows Up Meet Cute. At the time of shooting this set, I wasn't really aware of what I was shooting as the show hadn't really aired much yet. So I sat on the set for a while, but once the finale was coming up, I posted it and got a lot of buzz as it was the first notable spoiler to really come out from this show. Number 23, The Flash, Season 6, Episode 3, Nash Wells. Going into Season 6, we had heard there was going to be a new Nash Wells. Some details seemed to be confused, as there was claims he was going to have an Australian accent. But the adventurer detail was definitely accurate, as his first appearance on screen was this shoot where he came in on a zip line to confront Cisco Ramon and Iris West Allen. Number 22, Once Upon a Time, Season 5, Episode 2, Dark Swan. When the filming for Season 5 started, there was obviously a lot of questions on what would happen to Emma Swan. Then I caught up to once shooting a scene where the Dark Swan was on set with Captain Hook talking to her. Number 21, Psych, Season 8, Episode 10, The Proposal. This one is a personal victory for me. The crew tried hard on this day, which is not something I had ever encountered on a Psych set prior, so I knew something big must be happening. The show's creator was so confident he shut me down, he even bragged in an interview that they stopped me from seeing it, even though they clearly didn't. Number 20, The Flash, Season 6, Episode 1, Carlos Valdes is still around. Even though Carlos had told me personally during the Season 5 finale he would be back for Season 6, there was a mound of uncertainty around him for most people. So when I finally got photos of him on set for Episode 601, fans were relieved to see he was still around as Cisco Ramon. Number 19, Supernatural, Season 8, Episode 19, Bobby Singer is back. Probably the spoiler that at the time I got the most pushback on from the actor. When Jim Beaver made some misleading tweets implying he was going to Washington State to film a pilot, I knew it was a lie. So sure enough, when he showed up and I was there to see him, he was nervous that I was going to spoil it. He discussed with me not spoiling it, and I told him I wouldn't. Till the CW spoiled it. He insisted they wouldn't, and I told him they can't help themselves, they absolutely will. As it turned out, of course they did. And I posted this and got an email a day or two later from Jim saying I thought we had a deal, and I reminded him what I said would happen, and he felt there was a gray area that they didn't technically do what I said. He publicly called me a liar on Twitter for it, then a week later, when he was seen on screen, admitted he lied. Number 18, Supergirl, Season 2, Episode 1, Superman debuts. Even though everyone knew this was coming, people were still eager to see Tyler Hoechlin in the Superman suit for the first time. When people saw how the suit fit him, many fans were even more excited. To top it off, we got to see his first time doing the running shirt rip along with his first time on set. Number 17, Fringe, Season 4, Episode 15, Polivia Kiss. This was the coldest set I had ever worked on. It was minus 18 Celsius the night of this scene, but there was still several fans there to watch because the film notice was so overly obvious of what was coming. The most die-hard fans wanted to see it, and they got what they wanted. As the scene had Olivia go running over to Peter, they embrace in a hug before having a kiss. Number 16, The Flash, Season 6, Episode 1, Killer Frost's new wardrobe. At the end of Season 5, we all got a hint that Killer Frost was going to get a new suit, but no one knew when or what it would look like. Then, in the first episode, we found out, when a set in Cole Harbor where Hartley Sawyer's elongated man did a scene with Danielle Panabaker dressed in her new Killer Frost wardrobe. Number 15, Arrow, Season 7, Episode 9, Elseworlds, The Monitor's first on-set pics. When I found Arrow shooting a day out in Cole Harbor, I really had no idea what else was there. I had shown up earlier in the day, did my autographing part of the job, and left, because I didn't see much reason to stick around. Then a couple hours later, there was a photo that inspired me to come back out that Steven had posted. When I got there, they tried very hard to block me from seeing things. But I saw one thing they didn't think I saw, the first look at LaMonica Garrett as the Monitor. While I also saw Grant Gustin and Stephen Amell on set in their switched personalities, as well as the other big thing I saw was John Wesley Shipp on set as 90s Flash. Number 14, Arrow, Season 7, Episode 22. The episode title, You Have Saved This City, and the Monitor being at Olicity's cabin. When I saw a tweet about Arrow filming in an obscure, out-of-the-way area that was well outside the city, I had a hunch it was going to be the cabin that they referenced earlier in the season. When I got there, I realized right away it was. While seeing Stephen Amell and Emily Bett Rickards at the set was expected, seeing LaMonica Garrett as the Monitor at the cabin was a bit of a surprise. But the biggest surprise was the episode title of You Have Saved This City. Number 13, The Flash, Season 5, Episode 9, Elseworlds, Amazo fight, and the Elseworlds attire. When everyone caught up to Elseworlds filming this scene, a lot had started to come out about what the episode would entail, including Stephen Amell and Grant Gustin playing each other's characters. But when we got our first look at them on the set, the fans were amped up for it. But the real spoiler that came out from the set was that Amazo was going to be in the episode. This was something no one knew except me. Number 12, The Flash, Season 3, Episode 9, Iris Dies. This was a scene they shot 2 different times. The first time they shot it, I managed to catch it, and of course the internet was abuzz when they saw the photos. A lot of doubt rose about whether they would actually kill off Iris on the show. But in the end, it was a trick, and a face swap made it end up being H.R. Wells. But for several months, there was the concern it might actually be Iris. Number 11, The Flash, Season 5, Episode 22, Reverse Flash versus Team Flash. While this particular set had a bigger spoiler with Nora fading out of existence, the scenes they shot for that didn't really suggest what they were doing with it, so I didn't know what was going on there. But one thing that got the fans going, oh damn, was when Reverse Flash was seen out and in current day battling the heroes. And that concludes part 2 of the top 50 spoilers list. Part 3 will come out later on this month. I will link it in the description below when it is done. Part 3's already linked in the description below. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you got to see one of your favorite spoilers in this video.